In this video, I'm about to show you the only 10 women's clothing brands you can still trust and why, as well as 5 that you absolutely shouldn't. Starting with number 10, Theory. Theory fully justifies its premium contemporary investment tier because their entire structural design framework operates on uncompromised material physics rather than short-lived luxury marketing gimmicks. While mainstream commercial fashion houses maximize profit parameters by utilizing lightweight synthetic fabrics that lack dimensional stability, Theory invests in high-ounce technical wool blends, long staple Italian cotton warps, and pure structural silks. The immediate functional result is a garment that drapes with exceptional, predictable weight across a real human body, holding its clean, tailored architecture during a demanding 12-hour day without wrinkling, sagging, or pinching. If you turn a Theory blazer or trousers inside out, the manufacturing precision is instantly clear. The internal seams feature fully bound finished edges, deep, generous allowances for future tailoring adjustments, and premium interlinings that maintain the crisp shape of lapels and waistbands through continuous dry cleaning cycles. They avoid the cheap corporate trick of using superficial chemical softeners to mimic a soft hand feel on the store floor, letting the authentic structural density of their premium natural yarns provide an unyielding barrier against the cyclical fast fashion loop, saving your personal wardrobe budget thousands of dollars over a multi-year timeline. Number 9. Vince. Vince commands a premium retail position, but is worth every single dollar of your investment because their engineering teams prioritize pure textile substance and luxury garment longevity over fleeting social media trends. They specialize in building clean, understated silhouettes out of exceptional raw materials, such as heavyweight Mongolian cashmere, fine-gauge merino wool, and heavy fluid silks that breathe naturally with your skin while offering excellent natural recovery. Unlike lower-tier fashion labels that run assembly lines at reckless speeds, Vince processes their knits and tailored pieces with tight stitch-per-inch density metrics that maximize seam burst thresholds. Their custom silk slips and blouses feature clean double-stitch tracks, reinforced button closures with heavy anchor backings, and fully finished internal bindings that prevent raw thread fraying or edge curling over time. The waistbands of their skirts and trousers are stabilized with internal high-recovery panels that eliminate slipping and gaping at the lower back, delivering true structural utility that ensures the garment looks as pristine and polished at a midnight event as it did during an early morning corporate meeting. Number 8. Reformation. Reformation stands firmly as a high-integrity goldmine because they prove that sustainable, trend-forward fashion can be executed with deep structural quality control that leaves mass-market competitors completely in the dust. They construct their highly celebrated dresses and tailored separates using certified eco-friendlier fabrics like linen, organic cotton, and high-tensile Tencel lyocell matrices that completely avoid the heat-trapping, static-heavy polyester plastics that dominate modern retail shelves. Their pattern grading teams utilize sophisticated multi-panel alignment maps that wrap cleanly around the natural contours of the female form, providing elegant structural compression and fluid movement without requiring excessive synthetic elastic fillers. The internal tracks feature clean, serged lock stitching that captures raw fiber edges perfectly, preventing premature unraveling during machine washing. Their hardware tracks integrate heavy-duty concealed metal zippers with reinforced stabilizing tape, ensuring the closure runs smoothly over thousands of cycles without catching, warping, or splitting open under physical stress, offering legitimate, verified value for your hard-earned money. Number 7. Jenny Kane. Jenny Kane has built an unyielding reputation among upscale consumers because her design house completely rejects the toxic fast fashion calendar, focusing instead on building a permanent collection of heavy, luxurious wardrobe staples that outlast any temporary viral aesthetic. The brand puts its entire margin allocation directly back into raw textile substance, sourcing heavy-ounce Peruvian cottons, dense alpaca blends, and premium raw silks that retain their natural loft, color depth, and structural weight after months of hard wear. When you hold a Jenny Kane knit sweater or structured dress, the physical weight of the textile immediately reveals its durability. It creates a natural silhouette that flatters and shapes the body without the need for uncomfortable synthetic shapewear. Their sewing tracks utilize thick, high-tensile utility threads driven through multi-layered folds with extreme stitch density. The pocket configurations are reinforced with hidden structural bar tacks, and the necklines feature heavy rib-knit trim stays that completely block the loose, stretched-out warping effect after home laundering. Number 6. Anine Bing. Anine Bing bridges the gap between rugged rock and roll utility and sophisticated European tailoring, making them a premium, contemporary brand you can completely trust with your personal style budget. They construct their iconic tailored blazers, graphic basics, and structured denim lines using heavyweight raw materials including pure Scottish wool tweeds, heavy-ounce Turkish cotton canvas, and genuine top-tier leather hides. Their garments feature a distinctive architectural rigidity that provides a powerful, sharp silhouette, ensuring the piece holds its form beautifully regardless of physical movement. Turning an Anine Bing piece inside out reveals clean, industrial-grade manufacturing precision. The main seams feature flat-felled, lock-stitching patterns. The internal linings are crafted from durable, breathable viscose rather than cheap static trapping acetate scraps, and the solid metal buttons are secured with deep, double-pronged reverse shanks that permanently stop the hardware from wobbling or ripping out of the fabric canvas under daily stress. Number 5. Nili Lotan. Nili Lotan is a premier shirting and tailoring powerhouse that has achieved an absolute gold standard for reliable, high-integrity women's apparel by focusing heavily on traditional tailoring principles and pure material weight. They source premium fabrics from historic European weaving mills, utilizing heavy poplins, structural twills, and dense silks that maintain their shape crisply throughout a long, active day without thinning out or collapsing into a wrinkled, translucent rag. The pattern cutting follows strict three-dimensional anatomy lines, ensuring that the shoulder slope, bust darting, and hip curves fit clean and straight without flattening out your natural form. The button plackets are reinforced with dense internal stabilization canvas. The collar tips contain high-density interlinings that prevent premature curling, and the sewing tracking features high stitch numbers that maximize overall seam strength. They completely skip the predatory lifestyle marketing matrix, putting their capital straight back into raw material purity and traditional tailoring lines, providing an unyielding barrier against the disposable retail loop. Number 4. Toast. Toast operates with a rare level of old-world manufacturing discipline, constructing their entire catalog out of heavyweight natural utility fibers designed to withstand years of continuous physical wear. They work with specialized regional artisans and traditional weaving mills, using thick organic cotton drills, authentic Irish linens, and unblended wools that naturally develop additional character and softness with age, instead of thinning out at friction points. Every single pair of trousers or structured dress is assembled with heavy-duty machinery that lays down high-tensile threads with extreme structural density. They treat all high-stress areas, including lower pocket joints, pocket corner tacks, and main structural outseams, with localized bar tack reinforcements that refuse to snap or tear loose under sudden torque. The pocket bags are built from thick, woven cotton canvas instead of the paper-thin synthetic scraps used by fast fashion brands, ensuring your hardware and keys will never blow a hole through the lining. Number 3. Margaret Howell. Margaret Howell is a masterclass in clean, functional design and absolute manufacturing integrity, making her studio an essential destination for serious wardrobe building. The brand completely ignores the micro-trend wheel that drops thousands of cheap designs weekly, choosing instead to focus entirely on perfecting classical, British, and modern unisex silhouettes. They construct their blazers, crisp shirts, and tailored trousers using organic, unbleached, natural fibers that retain their authentic biological density and structural strength. If you inspect the interior construction of a Margaret Howell garment, you won't find the chaotic, tangled thread nests or loose threads that define cheap alternative lines. The internal tracks feature clean, flat-felled industrial lock stitching. The button plackets are stabilized with internal interfaces that prevent puckering, and the raw hems are locked down with deep allowances that let you easily modify the garment as your body naturally shifts over time. Number 2. Studio Nicholson. Studio Nicholson commands an exclusive contemporary position because their vertical production standards completely isolate their apparel from the premature structural degradation that destroys mass-market clothing. Their fabric engineering teams work directly with advanced Japanese and Italian spinning mills, weaving high-density cotton gabardines, heavy structural viscose, and premium compact wools that feature exceptional tensile memory. Pulling firmly on a Studio Nicholson piece reveals an immediate, physical spring-back capacity. The fabric expands smoothly to accommodate natural joint dynamics during bending and sitting, but returns to its identical factory measurements instantly. This advanced material behavior completely blocks the humiliating baggy knees, saggy rear panels, and distorted waistbands that ruin cheaper stretch-based fast fashion lines within hours of wear. Their construction utilizes heavy-gauge steel zipper tracks with custom lock sliders, reinforced high-density pocket walls, and deep double needle hems that guarantee the leg or torso silhouette remains perfectly straight without twisting or wrapping crookedly around your body over multi-year timelines. Number 1. La Ligne. La Ligne has quietly carved out an exceptional reputation across premium U.S. retail networks by focusing strictly on high-integrity knitwear, linear tailoring, and everyday staples that completely avoid modern industrial shortcuts. They understand that the mass production fashion system relies on pooling low-grade synthetic scraps, mixing them with chemical emulsifiers, and pressing them into artificial shapes that self-destruct in the wash. La Ligne completely rejects this model, utilizing only single-source, hand-carved whole muscle fibers from long staple organic cottons and fine merino wool yarns. Their curing and knitting processes utilize old-world slow-tension techniques, allowing the knitwear to retain its natural loft, breathability, and weight over hundreds of household laundry cycles without pilling, matting, or bleeding color. The interior tracks showcase beautifully clean, flat-lock tracking that encapsulates raw edges perfectly. The buttonholes are tightly bound with heavy perimeter thread, and the necklines are reinforced with stabilizer tape to completely prevent stretching, offering genuine, undeniable value. Number 5. American Eagle. American Eagle has built a massive corporate empire by marketing their apparel as the ultimate high-comfort lifestyle experience. But this comfort is a clever trick designed to hide cheap material engineering. Their clothing lines are frequently made with heavily synthetic fabric blends, where natural, durable cotton is completely overwhelmed by cheap polyester, rayon, and low-grade elastomers. This fabric composition behaves more like a fragile synthetic legging than actual structural apparel, completely lacking the support and protection that authentic long-staple cotton provides. Because the fabric is so thin and loosely woven, it offers zero resistance against friction. The inner panels rub together during normal movement and quickly pill, wear thin, and blow out into massive holes within months of purchase, forcing you into a continuous loop of replacement shopping. Number 4. ASOS Design. ASOS Design operates as a massive internet fast fashion machine that dumps thousands of cheap, trend-chasing styles onto their digital platform every single week. Using heavy studio editing and digital styling tricks to mask terrible manufacturing quality. Because they source their production from dozens of completely unverified, low-bidder factories worldwide, their sizing matrices are entirely chaotic and inconsistent, meaning you can buy 2 identical items of the exact same size, and one will arrive micro-tight while the other gasps wildly at the waist. Their side seams are sewn carelessly at high speeds without proper alignment, causing the fabric panels to twist completely crookedly down the front of your body after the first wash cycle, while their hollow metal buttons wobble on their anchors and easily pop completely off. Number 3. Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova didn't just build an online clothing brand. They engineered a viral, hypersexualized lifestyle algorithm designed to capitalize on short attention spans. Their entire business model is completely reliant on a painted-on, highly edited, social media aesthetic that is constructed specifically to look striking through a phone screen, which doesn't require the garment to breathe, walk, sit, or endure a laundry machine. To achieve their signature curve-hugging silhouettes without spending money on complex pattern engineering or proper fabric stabilization, they pack their garments with massive percentages of low-tier spandex, cheap polyester, and volatile elastomers. When you unpack an order, the first thing that hits you is often a harsh, chemical industrial smell, a clear sign of rushed textile dyeing and minimal washing processes. The fabric feels paper-thin and slick against your skin, lacking any organic breathability, causing the waistbands to permanently gap at the back, and the side seams to twist completely crookedly down your legs after a single afternoon of movement. The hardware is the cheapest available on the global market. The zippers are lightweight plastic teeth that easily catch, warp, and split open under minor physical pressure. The hems are barely turned over and secured with raw, unsurged edges, ensuring that the fabric will begin to fray and shred into plastic fibers during its very first encounters with moisture. Number 2. Pretty Little Thing. Pretty Little Thing is on this list because they have successfully managed to turn women's apparel into the literal equivalent of single-use disposable plastics. Their entire e-commerce app is built to trigger constant dopamine rushes using aggressive countdown timers, flashy neon banners, and psychological 90% off sales to manipulate you into loading your cart with 20 items at a time without thinking. The garments are pulled straight out of plastic bags, completely wrinkled, with loose threads hanging off every hem and unfinished edge. The stitching is executed with the lowest thread count possible, meaning the seams feel loose and ready to pop open with a simple stretch, making a $15 dress feel exactly like a cheap, scratchy Halloween costume. The polyester blends they use have zero thermal regulation, turning cold in the wind and stiflingly hot indoors. After a single trip through a cold wash cycle, the fabric shrinks drastically, the cheap dyes bleed out into a faded mess, and the garment completely loses whatever structure it initially had on the model, relying entirely on the fact that you won't bother with the hassle of packing it up for a return. The construction cuts are executed with hyper-narrow seam allowances of less than 1/8 of an inch, meaning there is zero physical fabric holding the panels together when structural stress is applied during basic wear. Number 1. Shein. Shein is number 1 because Shein did not just make cheap women's clothing, it turned clothing into an algorithm. The app pushes thousands of new styles constantly, with Greenpeace citing reports of up to 10,000 new designs added in a single day, and the company's revenue has been estimated in the tens of billions annually. That is not a normal fashion cycle. That is a machine built to make you scroll, impulse buy, and treat clothes like disposable content. And the real cost shows up where shoppers do not look. In 2024, Shein disclosed child labor cases in its supplier network, while Greenpeace testing found hazardous chemicals above EU limits in several Shein products. So, when a dress costs less than lunch, that price did not magically appear. It came from cheaper fabric, rushed production, weak quality control, and a product lifespan so short that the clothing barely survives long enough to become part of your wardrobe. The sizing is inconsistent, the stitching is unreliable, the fabric often feels thin, and the product photos do more work than the garment itself. Shein's genius is that the prices are so low, you stop expecting quality. A bad $40 dress makes you angry. A bad $6 dress makes you say, whatever. And that whatever is the entire business model.